will make it more clear, are real numbers and AD minus BC is not equal to 0, but additionally it is also a rational number. Prove that G forms a group under matrix multiplication. Okay, so it is almost like an example that we previously saw. However, there is a slight difference. This quantity, which those of you who, all of you probably know about matrices. This is the determinant of this matrix. Previously what we had 2 by 2 matrices in one example, where the determinant was supposed to be non-zero and the entries were real. Here also we have real 2 by 2 matrices where the determinant is non-zero, but the additional condition is that the determinant now should also be a rational number. We can have matrices with irrational entries where the determinant is a non-zero rational number. It's rather easy to have such a matrix. You see, you look at this one. Here these entries are not rational. However, the determinant is this, which is 2, and it's a non-zero rational number. So this matrix is actually in this set. Now we have to prove that this is a group. Now here, instead of actually providing you with a solution, I give you a hint. See example 2 to 6. In this example, really we have seen that it is that example where we came across this sort of matrices. What should you do here? You have to take 2 such matrices. Okay, you take their product, calculate the product. You will have something, a matrix which actually is available to you. You just go to this example and those things are available. There we have seen, while we discussed this example at length, that the determinant of the product is equal to the product of the determinants of the individual factors, and if the individual factors are non-zero, then the determinant is also non-zero because it's a product. Additionally, here the individual factors are not just non-zero, but they are rational numbers, so their product is also a non-zero rational number. That means if we multiply 2 matrices from this set, the result is again a matrix here. That is the first thing. What is the second thing? Associative law. Matrix multiplication is already associative. Fine. Is the identity matrix inside this set? Yes, it is, because the I have the habit of writing like this. You can write a matrix either within round brackets or square brackets, it does not matter, but for some reason I like this one. This belongs to G. Why? The entries are real, the determinant is 1, which is a non-zero rational number, keep that in mind. And if you go to the inverse of a matrix, actually its inverse is this one. the inverse of this matrix is minus B minus C. This is the inverse, which is again a real matrix, and its determinant is, if you calculate, it will turn out to be this. Since AD minus BC is a non-zero rational number, its reciprocal exists first of all because of that non-zero-ness, and is also a rational number. So this belongs to G. So yes, it's a group. You just have to write these things properly. So since the example is available, so I am not providing the details. We move on to the next one. All of these are related to matrices. Exercise 21. Let G be the set of all 2 by 2 matrices A, B, 0, D, where A, B, D are real numbers and AD is not equal to 0. Prove that G forms a group under matrix multiplication. But unlike the previous one, additionally it's being asked, is G abelian? It will turn out to be not abelian. Let us solve this one. Let A1, B1, 0, D1, A2, B2, 0, D2 belong to G. Okay, then what is their product? A1, A2, A1, B2 plus B1, D2. Zero, D1, D2. Since these are clearly, these entries are real numbers because the individual entries here were all real numbers. Now what about the determinant? Here the determinant is AD, that is the product of the diagonal elements. So here the determinant is A1, A2, D1, D2. You can write this as A1, D1, A2, D2. since these matrices are in G, so A1 D1 and A2 D2 are themselves non-zero, so their product is also non-zero. Since this is the case, we have in G. Okay, matrix multiplication is associative. This we are supposed to know, and we have already seen this in school courses. The identity matrix (1 0 0 1) is in G. Why is it in G? Because first of all, it has the required form. The second row first column element is 0 here also, just like the general element, any general element in this group, in this set. It's still not a group, we have to see that. And further, the determinant is 1, which is non-zero, so it is in G. Also, what about the inverse to this one? A1 B1 0 D1 inverse is equal to 1 by A1 1 by D1 minus B1 by A1 D1 0. This also belongs to G, because here the determinant is 1 by A1 D1. A1 D1 is non-zero, so 1 by A1 D1 is also non-zero, so this belongs to G. Hence, G is a group. Next, we have to see whether it is abelian. G is non-abelian because we have to show two non-commuting matrices, and those matrices are, here I have an example, so I will use it. One minus, actually we can take any. Usually when we deal with matrices, showing that things are not commutative is rather easy. In most of the cases, you arbitrarily choose two matrices, chance is that they will not commute. So this becomes 1 times 1 plus 1 times 0 1, minus 1 plus 2 1, 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 2 2. And let us calculate the other one separately. And one minus 1 0 2 1 1 0 1. So this becomes 1 plus 0 1, 1 minus 1 0. So here we have a difference. So whatever happens here after that, the matrices are different. 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 2 2. So they do not commute. So the group is non-abelian. This was 21. Next 22. Let G be the set of all matrices A0, 0, A inverse, where A is a non-zero real number. A inverse actually is 1 by A. Prove that G is a group under matrix multiplication. Anything else has been okay, whether they have asked us to show that this group is abelian or not, that I think I have not written here. We will anyhow see that this group is abelian. Here also the solution is much like what we have here. Nevertheless, let's just do it. Let this belong to G. Then if you multiply these matrices, if you already know this fact, then it will be obvious. When you such matrices are called diagonal matrices, no? Where the off diagonal elements, the elements which are not appearing along the leading diagonal, they are all 0. Okay, in the diagonal you may or may not have 0, that does not matter. The off diagonal elements are all 0. So here we are dealing with diagonal matrices, that too 2 by 2 diagonal matrices of a special form, where the diagonal elements, we have only 2 here, they are reciprocals of each other. That means the determinant is equal to 1. So the fact here is that product of 2 diagonal matrices is again a diagonal matrix, and in this particular case you can see that if we multiply, the result will again be of this form. AB plus 0, 0 gives us AB, A0 plus 0B inverse is 0, 0B plus A inverse 0 is 0, 0, 0 plus A inverse B inverse is A inverse B inverse, which you can write as AB inverse, because product of real numbers is commutative. So this is again in G. We are not even mentioning the fact that since A is non-zero and B is also non-zero, for these 2 matrices are in G, so AB is also non-zero. We are just simply writing this like this. Then same, matrix multiplication is associative. the identity matrix is of this form, 1 inverse, so it belongs to G. Also, the inverse of this matrix is actually nothing but A inverse A, which can be written like this: A inverse 0 0, A inverse whole inverse. So this is again a matrix of that form, so this belongs to G. Hence, G is a group. Looking at the multiplication, you can immediately say that this group is abelian, because if you have this one here and this one there, you will have BA BA inverse, which ultimately is same. Note that so inside the universe of matrices, or inside the group of invertible matrices under matrix multiplication, we do have some abelian subgroups, although the larger group is non-abelian. Construct in the group of exercise 21 a subgroup of order 4. Although we have not defined subgroups formally, which we will do in the next section, but we have discussed about at least we have mentioned the word subgroup when we saw examples of groups of matrices. Okay, so in that sense, so in the group of exercise 21, namely where we have matrices of this form, where A, B and D are real numbers and AD is non-zero. Note that the group itself is infinite. However, we have been asked to find a subgroup of order 4. It should have only 4 elements. That can be done, and we will just simply write the set. One such subgroup, the original group is infinite, however the subgroup is finite, is this. You can verify that these 4 matrices form a group under matrix multiplication. Note that these matrices are also of the form where the second row, first column entries are all 0. However, you note one more thing, that not only is this a subgroup of the group in exercise 21, but the previous exercise also. Is it? No, I don't think that is true, because here we have, okay, in the previous exercise we not only have diagonal matrices but matrices of this form. No, that statement is wrong. It is a subgroup of the group in exercise 21 only. However, the matrices we are considering are all diagonal matrices. You can see that if with this one, if you multiply any one, then you are going to get that any one back, because this is identity. However, if you multiply the others, you will see that you are ultimately inside the set itself. You can in fact verify all the conditions for a group. You will see that this is a group. It has 4 different elements, so it's a subgroup of order 4.